Hello everybody, Bad Wolf here with another video on modding The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This video is a continuation or supplemental video about the Witcher 3 mod manager. I'm just going to go over how I have my mods prioritized for the game, and I'm not putting all mods that I have in priority order, because they don't call for it. So if you read in the description or in the post pages, post tab where people make comments, which I suggest that when you download the mod, you're not only reading the description tab, but read the post tab to find out if there's any issues that people may be having, or if uh, the creator of the mod put a sticky on there with saying that it has to have a priority, or if there are other people who say that actually this needs to be a priority over a certain mod. So what I basically did was every single mod that I have, which, let me pop up that screen. If you look down at the bottom left, you'll see that I have 345 items, 345 folders, which means 345 mods are in my game of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year Edition. Now what I did was I went to all the mods that I downloaded. I went to their pages. I read the descriptions, and I read the post tab. I read the posts on that post tab, and then I created a document to remind me what actually to put in priority over what. Um, that is actually a helpful guide for yourself to do. If you don't have Microsoft Word, use Notepad. If you don't want to use Notepad, get a piece of paper, pen or pencil, doesn't matter. Write it down, because you need to know that you need to remind yourself that you have to put certain mods in certain orders, or the game will not work properly, or if it does work, it will look fucked up, and you don't want it to look fucked up. So this is my little document that I created for myself, and basically I'm worried more about the textures of the NPCs, including Geralt of Rivia. So this is the list, and this is also from me asking questions to some of the creators on, well, should this mod be higher than this mod be higher than this one, or should it be the other way around? And that's how I came up with this part of all of them being in a certain order. This HC4K is Humans of the Continent for 4K resolution. Then there's the HDMR, which is the High Definition Monster Rework Project. And then, of course, the HDRP, which is the Witcher 3 High Definition Rework Project by Hal Kogan. Then, of course, so I have them in where there's the eyes that get priority over the hair, which gets priority over the facial textures, which I use Els Custom Complexions for certain NPCs. And then there's the other face texture mods, which includes Geralt of Rivia. I didn't change him too much, but he has changed a little bit. He doesn't look as old. In my version, he doesn't look as old as Vesemir. Vesemir could be well, any speculation 200 to 400 years old for Vesemir. They never really discuss. The only thing that Vesemir says in game is he lets Geralt know that he's close to a century old himself, 100 years old himself. And I found out in the book that I have, the Witcher 3 compendium, that Geralt is 90 years old, Yennefer is 95, and with Geralt being 90 years old, he should not look as old as Vesemir in the game. And in the game, the base game, no mod, he does look like it. So the mod that I have for Geralt makes him look like he's in his 50s, which that's a good look there. It's not too young, since Witchers age slower than regular humans. As for sorceresses, well, they just use magic all the time. In the book, if you have not read any of the novels, you find out that Philip Eilhart is close to 400 years old. Another little side piece of information: Dijkstra is actually 7 feet tall, but yet they don't represent him as 7 feet tall in the game. And if they did, well, that means that since Geralt is roughly the same height in the game as Dijkstra, that's putting Geralt like about 6'10", 6'9", 6'10". No, he wasn't that tall. I think Geralt was like about anywhere between 6'1" to 6'4". Sorry for that little piece of information I gave. But anyway, so after doing all the eyes, the hair, the face, then there's the body textures, and then there's the face. There's the outfits, mods. And then it goes to the Humans of the Continent, the Monsters Rework Project, and the Hulk Hogan's High Definition Rework Project. I also have it to where I'm reading on one of the posts for, there were several different mods, as you can see down here. There were several different mods to give a little bit more detail to the blood, and also the blood that would splash back on Geralt after a fight. So I wasn't happy with a few of them. Then I read on one of them, I can't remember which one, I really can't, that this person took and combined all of the, well, I don't know if it's all of them, but at least 5 of the mods give that does blood textures. He mentioned download these 5, put them in this order, and then use the fix for GOG Game of the Year if you're using that mod, if you're using that version of the game. And then change. You have to change something in the any file, the settings file, in order to get the decals to last a little bit longer and the blood trails to last a little bit longer. And also, there's make sure that the textures look like blood and not they're a different color. I forget which color it is, but people were complaining that some of the textures of the blood was a different color other than red. Okay, so I explained why I have some priorities and how they are in my priority order, in my priority load order. And in here, I started them out. I started out the character mods with the eyes in the mid 50s because I wanted to leave a gap just in case that I had to after loading up the game and doing the script merging and doing the texture merging, and I found out that there was still some issue with the game. And that might mean that it's either the mod or it's the priority. So I left this certain gap that in between the blood uh, mods and the character mods, just in case I needed to put some mods in there. I have plenty of room to place these mods because community patch base is 0. The script merging, that after I do the script merging, that will be priority of 1, and after the texture merging, that would be the priority of 2. And then after all my character mods, which goes from 55 to, let's see here, it goes to 165. So 111, 111 mods are dedicated to Geralt of Rivia and all the other characters, main characters in the game. And then I have some other mods that will help with the HUD. I never knew this, but evidently the HUD is running at 30 frames per second when you pull it up. Now, there's a mod out there that puts it at 60 frames per second, which is supposed to be visually appealing now. And I never knew that. I'm going to find out if it's true or not, and then I'll make a comment about that. Which, by the way, a little side note here, I will be doing some showcases of some mods that I have downloaded and used. If I didn't like a mod, I'm not going to showcase it. If I did like a mod, then I'm going to be showcasing it. I don't know how many mods I'm going to be putting in each video. It could be 1, 2, or it could be 5 or 6. But I will explain about what mod does, what it improves, what its advantages is in the game, how difficult it is if it has menus, how difficult it is to set it up, or how easy it is to set it up. And if it's worth your time, that's always a key. If it's worth your time for the visual effects that it will bring or the ease of gameplay, then I will let you know. But anyway, so after I did those priorities, then I just went ahead and basically I'm done with the priorities. I don't have to do I don't have to have every single mod in a priority. There are just certain ones that that the creators of the mods said they need to be in priority over certain mods. So that's basically what I did. Took their information, put a priority on it. Now it should be good to go. Okay, and I think that's it. So that's how it looks on the screen of the Witcher 3 Mod Manager. And if you want to know real quick again how I changed the priority, well, let me double click on this one. It says it's 214. I'll change it to 215. Click it, and it scrolls back up automatically. It annoys the fuck out of me when it does that. And I scroll back down and look right there. It says 215. As a matter of fact, over here on the right side as well, it changes it to 215. Now I want to change this back to 214. So I'll just go 214, click on it, scroll back down, pain in the ass. There it is right there, 214. And over here, it also shows 214. Oh, I must tell you something. This is very important. Take, for example, the 60 frames per second on the for the HUD, there is actually a priority on it. The main mod itself, 60 FPS GUI, general user interface, that needs to be the last in priority over the other 60 frames per second mods, because it loads the game numerical order. I'm sorry, it doesn't load the game. It loads the mods. The game loads the mods numerical order. So that's the reason why you put a number on it. So with, like, take for example, I'm using the mod sort everything with more quick slots. Well, there is a fix for that in the 60 frames per second. So with me having that mod, of the main mod of sort everything and more quick slots, and if I want it in 60 frames per second, I have to put that number as a lower number, meaning a lower number than the than the main sort everything more quick slots mod. And when they say higher priority, they're actually meaning lower numerically. So higher priority means low number. Lower priority means high number, numerically wise. So as you can see, this is the sort everything fixed to put it in as 60 frames per second. That's at 201. And then sort everything more quick slots, which is the main one that you need in order to run this mod of 60 frames per second. That needs to be numerically lower, which is 202 in this case for me. And the 3D HUD, the 3D Wolf Heads Medallion HUD. I need that mod. I need that mod, but the fix for that to put it in 60 frames per second, numerically lower than the main Medallion HUD mod itself, which is 204, and so on and so forth. So if you get, there's a mod out there that extends the map of Tucson. Because this guy, not only he extended the map to areas where Daryl and Roach can ride into, he also put little towns and villages and things in there because he's created 2 mods. The author has created 2 mods, which is actually 2 quests. So I do have to do a little bit more priority, doing things in priority for those mods themselves. I've got to make sure that the quests loads before the main file that opens up the map to Tucson. Because and reason why, I will mention this, the reason why numerically lower, they want mods numerically lower than certain ones is, since the game loads it numerical, in numerical order, starting from 0 and then going up on counting, the 2 mods, the 2 quests for Tucson extended map need to load first. So that way it overrides what the Tucson extended map did. It's basically adding on to the Tucson extended map. So I still have to change those around. So I'm not really done with my prioritizing yet. But now that I have said that, that should be a good spot for me to end. So with that, I will say my normal. This has been Bad Wolf. And as always, good luck on the path. Thank you for watching.